So nuclear link sites have raised fears of a wider conflict. Let me in fact bring in Mr. Bipin Sharma on this. Thank you so much, sir, for waiting patiently. When we are talking about this whole scenario, sir, almost day 21 of the war, and when we're looking at the developments, we are talking about, if we can circle back on how Americans are now seeing this war, how Israelis are seeing this war, and what options Iran now has left, since this has stretched on to 3 weeks, sir. We are obviously seeing a depletion of resources for Iran. We are seeing a depletion of credibility for US, and we are seeing Israel wanting, to finish off two things. One is Hezbollah, where it's, launched ground offenses in southern Lebanon, and it is also wanting to shoot maybe two birds and look at, suppressing the Iranian regime as well. How are you observing the situation, sir?
Right. Thanks, Shivani. So, you see, hearts of hearts, there is no doubt that US and Israel and also Iran added to this list, they would be definitely keeping fingers crossed, thinking as to how to bring an end to this war. Because 21st day and the level of destruction that it has caused to so many nations across the globe. So I think history will not be kind to any of these nations that, went to war, had this escalations on whatever pretext might be. You call it weapons of mass destructions, nuclear enrichment facilities. But then at the end of the day, what has one achieved? And the million-dollar point here is that if Iran blocks the Strait of Hormuz, then what does it lead to? You see, as it is, we are also quite tense, though there is no need to panic as of now, but then definitely we have to think about the future. Any untoward eventuality, and if the escalations continue, so it will not augur well for any nation. And all those nations who think or who are under this impression that, if two nations are at war, then it does not affect them. But that is just a myth, and that myth has been busted. Because, the wisdom in the present day scenario lies in being a fence-sitter, what Russia and China are doing. And so India has to be neutral, and there is a golden opportunity for India to play the role of a peacemaker, provided we create that kind of a favorable perception here in the country. The opposition has all the right in the world to corner the policies of the government. But then as far as this Middle East crisis is concerned, the government is not to be blamed for this. Because who triggered this? Whether it was Israel who pushed the Americans into this war. So, and of course, that is not justified by any means, because the US is not a kid that they would be plunged into war just because Israel persuaded them to launch attacks on Iran. But then I think the kind of destruction and the havoc that is being wreaked on so many nations, you say Dubai airport, and then Bahrain, Tehran, Tel Aviv, Beirut. So all these places, no place has been spared. So now I think it all boils down to see as to who breaks the ice and who comes in the forefront and takes the initiative to, call quits. But, I think as of now, as far as US is concerned, because they have their own internal rebellion, Tulsi Gabbard contradicting Donald Trump, I think that's massive. Because if there are contradictory statements within, so, and the US intelligence chief contradicting the President of the United States of America, and then we also have to be wary of Pakistan. So, keeping all these points in consideration, I think world peace is of paramount importance, and anyone who makes the initiative, I think they would etch their names in the books of history, because at the end of the day, it is peace, because all these nations might have their own aspirations. Israel wants to become greater Israel. US has this dream of
absolutely
having Greenland, Canada. They already have Venezuela in their fold.
Yeah.
So they want to achieve their dream of making America great again. If you
Right.
talk about China, it wants Taiwan.
Right,
Russia
right.
wants to have the glory
Absolutely.
of